how's it going? Today we're going to be looking at installing an Android head unit in a Porsche Cayenne 955 Turbo with the Bose sound system, so that adds a little bit of complexity. So, right, let's crack on. So I thought I'd start with the reason for changing the head unit, and that was that this screen kept flickering really badly, and it's obviously decided to make a fool of me and be absolutely fine today. It's normally terrible, flickering like crazy. Could just be one of those things. So the car already making a liar of me. But first job, let's get all this removed. So power it off. Let's crack on. So start by I don't have any proper trim removal tools, so I thought I'd just gently wrap a screwdriver, and we're going to try and gently, I feel like such an animal for doing this, but I need to try to pry this silver surround away from there we go. It looks like this may have been done before. Oh, I'm so nervous right now. And all you can see is my arm. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Obviously, I would normally advise using proper trim removal tools to do this. I have a suspicion I'm not pulling the full thing off here, and I'm not. I've been pulling the silver trim off of the... Oh, well, this is a whole other thing. So when you come to do this, I'm going to lift you up for a second. That silver trim is attached to this. That glue was incredibly weak and already coming off on mine. I'm guessing this may have been out in the past, but we'll see. Let's press on gently with my Porsche approved trim removal tool. Oh, I feel like such a butcher. trim off. Then we have a series of Torx bits, 4 I believe, holding the radio in, so just need to grab a Torx screwdriver. Hopefully we have the right size, but I bet I don't. There we go. That was lucky. Oh, these are a pain to get out. There's one. Nope, not yet. Two. God, that came off. And last one. Yeah. 4 screws, all the same length. And now, the moment of truth. Oh, the nerves. Ta-da! Right, I'm going to be a butcher, rest it lightly on the gear change. So here we go, let's have a look at the back there for you. This is kind of awkward with the tripod on. You're seeing this and I can't. So there are the connections on the back. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, but I'll show you. So there are push the back in. Oops. That's a push the back. These are squeeze the tabs. So we'll slowly work through these. There we go, there's one off. 2 off. Okay, I'm going to put you down because I can't do this one-handed. Typically the tripod wants to fall over. There we go. Right, so squeeze both sides. You squeeze one side, and you squeeze the other side. So there we go. That's all those out. I'm guessing it's fairly easy to tell which one does what. Sorted. Right. Let's cut back to grabbing the new unit. Actually, scratch that. First, you're going to see the unboxing video. So, cut to the unbox, and then I'll catch you in a second. Right then, so here's the grand unboxing with an esteemed helper. First off, we have you are not helping out. A dual Facra aerial connector. Hopefully that'll fit. I bought that separately. Here we have the where's the there we go. This is the adapter for the Bose system. That was a separate item from the guys I bought the stereo from. Can't remember how much it was. I think it was under £100. I think it was about 80. And here is the main event. Alf, budge up. Now I haven't opened this yet. Also trying very hard not to cut a cat. What's your beak, mate? Manual, single amplified Facra connector. I'll try the dual one, see how I get on first. Various harnesses, no idea how these work yet. Looks to be 2 sets. That one's got the CAN bus decoder on, so I'm guessing that's the one to use to keep your steering wheel controls. A guess, I don't know yet, we'll find out when we get there. Oh, maybe these. Might use both of these, I don't know, we'll find out. That looks like your video amplifier-y type input-output photo ins and outs. In there it looks like that's going to be the GPS antenna. We'll get stuck into that later. And here is the main event. There we go, this is the one we've gone for. There's the various connections. And these are all over eBay for around the £200 mark. Varying anywhere from between £2 and £2.20 I think. I think I paid just over £2 or about £2 exactly. But if you shop around and are careful, they sometimes come up under the 200 mark. So let's rebox and get back on with the installation. And one last shot of Alf the cat. Alf, what do you think, mate? Yes, I fully agree, sir. Right, back to the car. Right, so now you've got an idea of what we've got from the unboxing bit, let's have a look at what we need to plug in proper. So we have a USB, various amp bits. I'm guessing, no idea, this could be reverse camera stuff, I'm not 100%. Oh, we're sliding. GPS antenna, which will run around the dash. This seems to be a replica of this harness, but I don't know which one I use when. And there don't appear to be any instructions with it, so this looks like aux ins and outs. Not sure. This is labelled CarPlay. This is Wi-Fi, and that's for an external mic. I hope it's got a mic on it. Oh, aerial connector, but we're going to use that twin Facra first. So where to start? Start with this main harness. Now they look identical, and they go in there. So let's leave those for a minute, and I'll put those to the car. This, I hope all of these are unique. That looks like it's a 4-pin CarPlay USB, so I'm guessing that goes in this one, which it seems to. Aux stuff. Oh, they've got a key on. A little key down there, I don't know if you can see that. And that appears to be that one, okay. It feels like some random kind of Lego puzzle type thing. That looks like amp type stuff. Ah, we have that stuff for the Bose system. So we also have this box of joy. Oh my word. Left in, right in, 12 volt, ground, and accessory. Where the hell does that go? This comes with a user manual. That's one sheet. No idea. I'm guessing I need to find the ins and outs on this that correspond to this, which I have no idea. I am no audio visual ice guy. Right, just carry on working through this. So subwoofer video, rear out, front out, amp control, video out, rear out left, front out left, antenna. Don't want an output, I want a... Okay, if I just unplug this. So that, need that. Come back to that. Let's figure out which one of these main harnesses it works on first. I'm guessing we don't need that for now. Don't intend to use a backup camera on this at the moment. It's something I'll add later if I want. So really, we've got the CarPlay that I want, GPS that I want, USB not that fussed for at the moment, aerial that I want, this aerial I'm not fussed for, external mic I'm not fussed for. So that leaves me with a mere 8p US. I don't even know what that does. Let's put the unit in the back and come back to it in a second. Oi! Cracking view of my backside then, guessing. Right, so let's pop you back here again. You settled on that. Right, so start with the fact res. Come on, please fit. Now I have no idea how these normally work. Well, that seemed to work. They seem too close. Interesting. I'll put you on there. So I think we'll get away with that. I just need to trim this nubbin down. If I was doing this again, I should have bought two individual ones. It's going to be tight, but so if you see there, they're so close together. I thought there'd be a bit more separation. We'll maybe have to look at that. Rest of the harness then. We've got these two main harnesses, so let's see what we've got. I have these two that look nothing like either of these. Oh, do they? No, they do. They do. That looks like this. That means all of these cables aren't used. That seems very strange. And then my CAN bus box goes onto here. That's making some sense. And then we'll put this here, that hopefully will clip into the fibre. Or not, because that would be too frigging easy, wouldn't it? So saw that going better, and I'll drop the internals of that. Didn't expect that to come apart into two pieces. Rather annoying. But as it is, let's see, I hope this fits. So that's my fibre in. concerned that there's not a third plug. A vast amount of wiring seems to go to that middle plug that I have nothing plugged into. Unless that's all of the speakery stuff. Which would mean I do that. Couldn't call it, getting confused. Just try the simple. These are the AUX, so let's try AUX. I'm guessing they're outs. They're video in. Is that audio in or audio out? Ah! Let's try this. Right. I'm going to nip and get a Stanley knife just to whittle that tooth down because this doesn't need it. Back in a minute. Right, so just whittle that down with a Stanley knife, take that tooth off. Let's get the aerial connections in. There's one. There's the other one. Like I say, these are very, very snug, and I should have really bought separate. Start you off. And start you off. I don't know if that's even going to work as it is. Well, we'll see. I'm going to order another one of these that just doesn't fit. Annoyingly, it's only a couple of quid though. Right, so what's this thing need? I need to figure out battery, ground and accessory. I'm guessing I can tap into this for that. Would it be too much to assume that they're the same colours? I need to get the wiring diagram, which there is something on the back of the main unit that says about what the wires do. Through this a bit. I think this is going to be far more involved than I'd hoped, which is a pain. Alright then, I'm going to pause it there, fish out the unit, have a little look, and get back to you and check the wiring diagram. Right, well, unfortunately, I thought I'd try a few bits out and just check the unit first. So I've plugged it in, powered it up, and the power button doesn't work. So it comes on, but I can't turn it off, and there's no discernible push detent kind of feeling to it. So I mean, like the tune button does something, the power button, nothing. So I'll get in touch with the guys I bought it from, and well, I'll get back to you when I find out, eh? It's a bit of a shame, really. Hopefully it's just a one-off, and they'll get back to me quickly. But cheers, and well, for you it'll probably be fairly instant, but for me this could take a couple of weeks. So I'll catch you later. Well, after that little upset of the new unit not working, I popped the old one back in, and this is what the screen does. So there you go, and I don't know what it is. Looking on a couple of forums, it seemed not an uncommon problem. When I first bought the car, the guy said, "Oh, tap the screen, it fixes it." Yeah, sometimes it comes good, other times it doesn't. When it gets warmed up, it seems to work. It's a mixed bag, really. So that was getting quite annoying. I'm sure it'll be like a dry joint or a connector somewhere in it, but I just couldn't call it. And for me, it's an old unit. Yeah, it's kind of functional and it's not too bad, but it's not got the features I'd like. So it doesn't have Bluetooth, it doesn't have a very good nav to it, so I thought, you know, I may as well upgrade it and see where I can go. So there you go. Right, and I'll catch you when I have that unit fixed. Ironically, this one works, has a bad screen, the other one doesn't work properly. Right, catch you in a bit. How's it going? So, in a little update, the supplier of the head unit, there's been a few backwards and forwards on this since I found out that the power button wasn't working on the unit. A few backwards and forwards, and the supplier has said I should try and remove the power button and use a piece of paper or such to fix the button. Not over happy about that. So I'm guessing it just pulls off. I don't really want to do this. There we go. That's the button off. You know what? They might have been right. I think maybe a small piece of padding just in there. Pop this back on. That feels really good. In fact, I'm very pleased with that. I genuinely didn't think that would work. Which, I mean, I thought I was really unimpressed with the supplier, thinking, oh, they're just fobbing me off. But maybe that's, sorry, I had a piece of fluff on my fleece. Maybe that's a thing. Well, I never. So the rest of this video will be this getting installed and hopefully working. So let's go back. And we're back. So after a short game of backward and forward with the radio manufacturer and fixing that button, I need to take all this back out again. So 4 Torx screws. I've done this so many times now. Oh, apologies for my voice, I'm now full of cold as well, because a few seconds have passed. For me, it's been weeks of backward and forward with the supplier. So these out. Excuse me. Unit out, and then if I squish you around a bit, hopefully, yeah, there we go. Facker connector, little push on the back. Facker connection, little push on the back. This I can't see, but you can. Oh no, you got all you can see is hand. So this one, little push there. I think there's a tab on the other side. There's a lock tab on each side of this. There we go. This lower one is a tab just on there. That pops, and then the fibre is just a tab on the side. Out that comes. Radio out again, hopefully for the last time this time. So what have we got here? Let's pop you back over there. Oh. So we've got the dual Facker fibre, then the two connectors for the radio, and in our brief interlude, I've ordered a new Facker connector. So this is a proper twin with, I believe that's to go to battery positive. So, fingers crossed. Oh, beautiful. Also nice. So, that's the aerial minus this battery connector done. Next harness. You don't know this, but I have a bag on the back seat with all of the harnessy kit in. So she comes supplied with a bunch of harnesses, which we discussed last time. This is the one for the radio. This is the separate one that came for the Bose system. And a load of other bits that we also need to figure out. So, main harness, there's that, just going loosely because I need to hook up some extra cables. Antenna we're not going to use because that's for the electric antenna, I think. This one is the fibre that just clips in there nicely, and that needs battery positive, accessory positive and ground. And I worked out that the colour coding on this harness was in fact the same. Just need to check that earth one. Oops. So for these, I intend to be an absolute heathen and basically use Scotch lock connectors, because I'm like that. For those who don't know Scotch lock, they are these little things. So you pop a cable in one end, on one side, find the corresponding cable, which would be this red one, and effectively slip that in there, and crimp it together. Right, excuse me. Oh, I hate being ill, and it's cold and miserable as well. So, excuse me a minute, I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be with you in a sec. Right, I'm lightly refreshed. The weather is terrible, and we're losing the light. But I've just taken a few minutes to lift off this top vent, and that's a case of this sits in. Oh, hello. There, with two hook connectors at the back and just various clips around the side. So just gently prise that off. I started on the front left corner and then moved across onto the right hand corner, and then very similarly I just gently prised this AC vent out as well, and then I took the GPS antenna and fed the cable through there, and just so that I could wiggle it, get it through and pop it back out here. So now we have the GPS cable in, so give myself a little bit of slack on that. That should be plenty, and I'll wrap this spare back up, stick the antenna in there, and hopefully that should be golden, and then just tidy it up neatly. So let's try that. Oh, hello. Bit of a slip of the camera. So I think first off we can put this vent back in, just gently. Oh, come on, in you pop. Ow. They're quite solid. And then I also... Oh, hello, what do you do? Not going to mess with that. What I am going to do is use a cheeky Stanley knife just to put a tiny notch in there for the cable so that it can sit flush and everything. It'll be lovely. Perfect, so I've just taken a small V out of there. That cable can sit in there nice and flush, and this whole unit should sit back down properly. Next I need to stick the antenna somewhere. I'm thinking here, so I just need to tidy up the cables first. Not really sure where to put the camera. That'll do. You watch, it'll fall over now. There's the antenna, there it is. Back in a sec. Right, so that's the cables neatly-ish wrapped up, as good as I'm going to do. Just remove the sticky back. Ah, whoa, you've fallen over. You're drunk. Oh, come on. Oh, I hate these things. There we go, and we're away. Right, so it just wants to pop somewhere neatly over there. Oops. That is nicely stuck. That can all just plonk in there. Tuck the cable there. Sit the lid back on. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this lines up, so I just need to have a quick check. Is that it? Oh, hello. That interacts with that one. Let's get that over there. Get them cables out the way. Right, I'm obviously doing something wrong here, so... I'll line that up as open and open. I am obviously missing something. What am I missing? Never as easy as it should be. Right. I'll have a look at this and get back to you in a second. Right, we're back in. It just needed a two-hand job and a few minutes of patience. So, that's the GPS bit done. Next. Right. What's next? We have the Wi-Fi thing. Not going to bother with a Wi-Fi dongle on this. That can go. CarPlay. Right. Not sure. I was toying with trying to get it to come out of the bottom of the dash somewhere around here so that you could just cable through. But there doesn't appear to be any route that I can see easily of getting from the side of the dash to there. Ooh, maybe straight down. Right, let's see if that works. Only a short cable, mind. Oh, with a big connector on the end. This ain't gonna work, is it? Right, I think the climate control's out, which look to be another 2 screws, so let's see how we get on with that. Oh, they attached. They don't appear to go in there. Oh. Am I trying to remove the full surround? Alright, we'll put them back in. That was a mistake. no idea how to get these out. None of this looks easy now. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, that was way more difficult than it should have been. Did it. Bit of tape. that back through, I think. And we're in. So, there is the CarPlay USB, fed back up through there, and we're away. This would be a bit easier for you to see if it wasn't getting dark out, because it's, what, like 3 o'clock in the UK, and that's what happens in winter. Now I just need to unravel what I've stuck on here. Oh, I hate tape. Where's the bloody end of it? Right, so back to this. I now need to tie everything together and Scotch lock everything. So let's start with the antenna wire. That can go to the FAC connector on this antenna here. To do that, I'm going to use one of these bullet connectors. Once I can open them. Oh. So, snip off the end of that. Strip a section of wire when I can use my hand. Done. Little twist at the end. Same on this. So that's stripped. Bullet connector one end in, and a crimp. Antenna end. That's in. And crimp that. Oh, what? That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's try that bad boy again. Up here, I just got a bad crimp. Miles better. There we go. Antenna sorted. Next, we need battery, ground, and accessory. So, yellow, red, and yellow, red, and black. Here we go. So we said Scotch lock. Let's do the ground first. There we go. Ground. Ground. Accessory. Next. There we go. Line up. Done. Third one, battery plus. There we go. Right, so antenna, 12V battery, ground, and accessory. So that's power for this antenna adapter. That's the power and stuff for this, which is the fibre optic adapter for the Bose system, which is taken out into the left in, left out, which I put into front in and front out for the left and right out from the amp wiring of the head unit. So I think we're about there and ready for the head unit to come forward. So what have we got? We've got, let's tidy up a bit, shall we? Clear the work area. So, we have the main harness, the CAN bus adapter piece, the CarPlay harness, main harness, CarPlay, aerial, GPS. And we plug that into the car harness with that adapter, one for the fibre optics, and then this twin FACRA. I am ready for trying to hide these in here so that I can get the unit in, but we'll have to see how we get on. Right, so we need to try and get as much of this stuff in the back of the dash as possible. Because none of this will fit otherwise. You can just stay out there, you can stay out there. Bring the unit forward. Can I just briefly check? Right, so here is the unit once more. Let's take these transport screws out. Fingers crossed. So GPS goes in here. That's that one done. CarPlay. Now these are all keyed. Each connector has a little key on the side, but you can see, I'll do a little zoom. So you see how there's a key just on the side of it there? That helps you install it kind of like a nice touch. It's a bit sort of OEM on that front. Does make it easy to install. What else do we have? The aerial antenna, which goes in there. The RCA stuff, amp, whatever it is. There's a shape to it, I'm guessing that goes in here. Yep. It's a fairly resounding click, not unpleasant. How is all this going to fit in there? Not a chance. Oh well, we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. Main power adapter, get you in. Wish I could see which goes the other way up, because obviously there we go. Oh god, how on earth is this all meant to go in there? I think it's probably best for you to come back when I've done a load of fettling with that cabling. Right, so we're back. I've just literally put the key in and she's booting. So, where's the interior light? There we go. Come on. I think it's fair to say this sounds terrible.
It's 12, that's in Rochester. Tonight rain continuing north into Scotland and Northern Ireland.
Well, it would appear that we at least have Radio 2.
This is Radio 2.
So we've got one radio station. Now, is it an aerial problem, a location problem, or a stereo problem? I have no idea. It is a bit much that we get one station. I'm hoping it's an antenna problem. also feels very much like it's all coming out of one speaker. But I'll work on that. Watch this space. I'll get back to you when I've figured out what I'm doing. Well, just a little quick update. It would appear that it is the antenna issue because I've played some stuff through Bluetooth and it seems to work nicely. Most of the speakers seem to be working. I've tested a few and they do seem to be working. I haven't been able to reach all of them, but you know, the old pat on the side test and see if it's vibrating. Both the front ones, one of the back ones, I couldn't reach the other door. So yeah, they all seem to be doing well. One nice little touch that I found is this boot logo. Going through the instruction manual that's on the device itself, the pin is 5678. Okay. And now we can change the boot logo. So if I fancy it, there we go. Update success. And now we have the boot logo of Porsche, which I have no idea how you... Oh, hello, there's music again. Let's turn you down. Yeah, so I don't quite know how I turn it off and on properly. I'm guessing it's one of those where car off and on jobby. So yeah, not too bad so far. Just a little bit of a shame about that antenna, but I'll come back to that. It is picking something up. It's picking up the mighty radio too, but that's an incredibly good signal everywhere. So I'll take the car out for a run and see if I get a better signal somewhere else, and get back to you. Grand. Cheers.